Hello, this is my book critique number 5. So my featured book was The 21 Balloons by William Du Bois. It's a modern fantasy book that was actually pretty interesting. It was basically about this retired teacher who's trying to get across the Pacific Ocean, and he gets kind of shipwrecked almost on this imaginary island. The island itself's not actually imaginary, but the society on it's imaginary, and it's this weird society where everybody has a letter assigned to them, and they're super rich, and they have all these diamonds and stuff. And the interdisciplinary connections to go with it are second grade math and fifth grade geography. So for the second grade math lesson, it would be on counting and addition. Me or the teacher would read the book to the class a little bit every day for 1 or 2 weeks until the book's done. And then you would relate how books aren't always about math, but they can have math in them. And mention how the narrator had to have counted the 20 gas balloons that was near the beginning of the story, and that the number didn't just come out of nowhere. And then you would have the students complete an interactive activity that involves counting and adding. The students would get in groups and plan to each bring a certain amount of an item to the next class. Like one kid could bring 5 marbles, another kid could bring 8 sticks, something like that. And then they would demonstrate to the other students by counting up all the items together and then adding them in different groups to get different numbers. And then the 5th grade geography lesson would be mapping out. So the students would read the 21 balloons in reading groups over a 2 to 4 week period, however long it takes, depending on what class time you're allowed to incorporate to this. And then once the students complete the book, there will be a class discussion about the different real places that Professor William Sherman travels to in the book. And you would mention that the island, Krakatoa, is actually a real island, even though it seems imaginary in the book. The only thing imaginary about it is the people that live there and what goes on, but it really is a volcanic island. And so the students would be asked to make a map with their group of the places that are mentioned in the book. A few of these are San Francisco, India is mentioned, Belgium, the Pacific Ocean, and then whatever other ones. And then you would tell them about how Krakatoa is real, and you would have them place it on the map where they think it would be. And then they would display their map for the class, and then we would have a discussion, and you would show them where it actually is. And then book number 2 is Henry's Freedom Box, which is actually a true story about a boy who was a slave, and he didn't know his birthday because they didn't really give slaves birthdays. And so eventually, many years later, when he escapes to freedom by mailing himself to the north, he gets his very first birthday, and he gets a name. And then the 3rd book is The Rough-Faced Girl, which is a traditional literature book that's a spin-off of Cinderella, because the main character is a deformed Native American girl, and she wins over the heart of this almost invisible being that all the other women in her village are vying for the attention of. And then book 4, Clap Your Hands, is a really good book for very young children because the contents of the story invite students to stand up and participate. They can clap, they can move, they can jump, all these things, and they get really into it, which is very cute. And then book 5 is The Whispering Town, and this is a historical fiction book about a Dutch town during the Holocaust that is hiding Jewish people who are trying to escape the Nazis. So it's a very good book to read if students are trying to learn more about the Holocaust, just kind of what life was like for different people. Obviously, it's not a true story, but it very much could have happened. Book 6 is Anatole, which is a modern fantasy book that reminded me a lot of the movie Ratatouille, which I liked because I grew up watching that movie. And this one it's a mouse, not a rat, but it's a mouse living in France. And basically, the mouse finds out that the people don't like the fact that the mice are stealing their food. And so he has to try and find ways to feed his family while not being a thief. And then the seventh book is There is a Bird on Your Head, which is written and illustrated by Mo Williams. And he has written a lot of other great children's books for young children. So this one was a very good read and could be used easily in a kindergarten or preschool classroom. And then the last book is The Man Who Walked Between the Towers, which is a true story about a French man who tightrope walked between the Twin Towers. And here is me with all of the books. Oh, they got cut off, I think, but this is all the books. So, hope you enjoyed.